Shalom, Barak to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Kadash. All praises and glories definitely do, especially in the times we're living in. Much respect to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and to all the brothers out there doing the work. I say, Shalom. All right, not really going to play this video. Maybe I'll just play a little bit here in the beginning. Let's do that. Let's run it. All right.
Shalom, Pastor Hawk, I'm back at you with this truth, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Kadash. And I'm going to entitle this lesson, Books That Back Up the Scriptures. So I was going through some books that I had purchased through the years. I was going through this one, which I got this book, the New International Dictionary of Biblical Archaeology by E.M. Blake Clark and R.K. Harrison. And I had the Elder Bishop, my son, get the book for me because I saw it somewhere. And what I received was a used copy. Anyway, I read through it. I'm talking like, 5 years ago, maybe more. And I believe I did a video on this book. But anyway, you can see the front cover. So if you go on the web and you put in the title of this book and the authors of the book on the bottom, you'll probably be able to get a copy of this book. Let me just fold this. Bear with me for a minute. Let me just fold this up.
All right, I just wanted to play that. The title, Books That Back Up the Scriptures. So the title of my lesson, because I haven't done one in a while, we're going to talk about the Northern Kingdom, all right? The 10 Indian tribes of the Northern Kingdom of Israel, all right? The head tribe, of course, is Ephraim, whose name is interchangeable with Joseph. All right, and again, you go back to Ezekiel 37 and 19. We'll explain that right there, for you. So like when you go to the book of Revelations, the 7th chapter, and it's talking about, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes, 12,000 from the tribe of Judah, 12,000 from the tribe of Benjamin, so on and so forth. When it gets to, you'll see it'll say 12,000 from the tribe of Joseph, and not Ephraim. So a lot of people find that confusing. They don't understand because they haven't read the scriptures. They haven't ate the whole roll, right? And so you go back to Ezekiel 37 and 19, and it will explain it there, all right? All right. Again, I don't want to get too heavy as an opening statement here. We're going to get right into this. We're going to start in 2 Kings. I'm not going to read the whole thing because, again, I'm giving you a lot of information so you people can eventually, go back and read, those particular areas for yourself, all right? Pull up the articles because we're going to get into 2 Kings 17. We're going to go to the Old Testament, the Apocrypha of the Old Testament, which, they removed in 1855, 1885. It was in the King James Bible, for over 300 years, before the Bible Destruction Group. Again, a front group, like your governments, all right? They just front people for the international banking families, all right? So that was the Bible Destruction Group. They were just a front group working for the international banking families. Okay, they don't do nothing for themselves. Just like, that what the hell's his name? Bill Gates of hell. All right, he's just a front man for the bankers. You understand that? That's all he is. All right, a puppet. All right, just like the rest of your world leaders, they're puppets. All right, let's see here. So we're going to go to eventually after 2 Kings, the Apocrypha, chapter 13, 40 to 45. Then we're going to get into some books, all right, and, recommend some books and titles. And I'll read some highlighted stuff of, some certain books. I'm not going to go through them all. There's so much, all right. Take you to another article on Hatui, that just posted on Facebook. And that's what really inspired me to want to come back and do another lesson on this. All right, I haven't done it in a while. And of course, Hatui is from the tribe of Ephraim. And of course, he chose to, rather be burnt alive than to be a slave onto Edomite Christianity, because again, that's what, Renaissance plantation Christianity is. It's nothing but, a label for Edomite supremacy, for them to commit the terrorist acts that they have committed and have continued to commit, for the past 529 years here in the Americas onto the Israelites, all right? Then I'm going to take you to an article, and that's where we're going to close out. So without further ado, let's get into this, all right? So give me a minute here. All right, 2 Kings, chapter 17. We're going to start here at verse 5. Again, I'm not going to read the whole thing, and then we're going to jump over to the Apocrypha, chapter 13, all right? So let's get with this. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria. That's the northern kingdom, all right? The house of Israel, the 10 Indian tribes, all right? All right, which many of all, I'm not going to say many, but, we have Israelites out there that, want to make claims that, all the 12 tribes are Negroes or whatever. Again, that's not what's in the doctrine. That's not what's in the scriptures. None of that is written. Has nothing to do with God's appearance, but everything to do with the seed of Israel. Okay, because we're going to have Israelites, right, that, outside of America, Babylon the Great, in other nations, and they're going to look like those nations, all right, and speak in those nations' tongue. But yet they're Israel. Why? Because of the seed of their fathers. They're Israel. You understand that, people? That's what the Bible speaks of. Okay? Many precepts, all right? So again, there's only one true doctrine, and you're not supposed to remove or add on to this word, because if you do, then you're going to receive those curses spoken about in Revelations, the last chapter there, 22, verse 18 and 19, all right? I don't have to recite them, you can go read them, all right? For anybody that removes or adds on to the word of the Lord, you're going to receive the plagues of this book, all right? And Esau's already done that, but he can't be saved anyway, so it really doesn't matter. All right? It really doesn't matter. He gave you the false names of Jesus and Jehovah. There's no letter J in the Hebrew alphabet. And he removed the, the Apocrypha out of the King James, like I said, so he's cursed anyway. Remember, Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. For my son shall be bathed in heaven. It shall come down upon Idumea, which is Edom, the Edomites, the white man. The people of my curse, the judgment. And that sword is talking about that nuclear fire, the ICBMs. All right. Plus that concentrated laser fire from the chariots. All right. All right. Let's move on here. Okay. So in the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Halah and in Habor by the river of Gozan in the cities of the Medes. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord Yahweh, because we see the word Lord in all caps. So in the Hebrew text, all right, in Hebrew characters, the name there would be Yahweh, okay? And it's read from right to left, reading the Hebrew characters, for those of you who did not know, all right? There, the God power, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and had feared other gods, all right? And understand the modern day Pharaoh here in America, Babylon the Great, is whoever, is sitting in the seat of presidency, which is basically just the CEO of the International Banking Families Corporation, because America's a corporation, people, all right? All right. And walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Lord Yahweh cast out from before the children of Israel and of the kings of Israel, which they have made. All right? And again, listen, it's true that the Latin tribes have caught up in idol worship and all that, but all the 12 tribes, right? Not just the northern kingdom, the 10 Indian tribes, but the southern kingdom also did the same thing. They also fell because they also worship heathen gods. Now, in all honesty, more so, because, you can see that the Latin tribes, they still worship their false idols of worship. They're thinking that, God, is, they're worshiping that Caesar Borgia portrait, that white homosexual sodomite Edomite, who's just a man, okay? Son of Pope Rodrigo Borgia, all right? But so do you understand? That's false idol worship. So listen, and, as the scriptures, so many precepts, like it says in, what is that? 1 Corinthians 14:38. All right. Let the ignorant be ignorant. You understand? All right. Because they'll die in their ignorance. Okay. Now, of course, because they're Israelites, they'll be brought back in the kingdom based on the promises and the prophecies. All right. They'll just come back as children of the elect. All right. All right. Let's continue here. And the children of Israel did secretly those things, see, worshiping other heathens or false idols that were not right against the Lord Yahweh their God, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced cities. And they set them up images and groves in every high hill and under every green tree. All right? And you know what? We're going to end this here and come right back. We'll pick it up right here with part 2. All right? Shalom.